Hello folks, and welcome back to Cooking with Mary Sue. This is my second week, and I hope some of y'all tried that cheesy cornbread last week. My husband really loves it. I've got to say, sometimes I'll make several batches of that cornbread and then just freeze it. He can get it out whenever he wants it. But I did forget to tell you to set the oven to 350 on that cornbread, but it is written down below the video. This week, I'm back with my trusty little Christmas mixing bowl again. And we are going to whip up a batch of Buttery BACON Biscuits. Bacon is another one of those options like cheese. It just goes good with everything. Bacon and cheese. I can't think of anything that it doesn't go good with. In fact, you can have a meal just bacon and cheese sometimes. So we're going to start out making a little batch. I have a recipe here. It's a recipe biscuits for one. It just cooks up 2 biscuits, but I'm going to double it and make about 4. Sometimes I can squeeze out 5. And quite often I'll just triple it or quadruple it and just make a bunch by a dozen. That way I can freeze them back in the freezer for him, for my husband, because he often gets up early in the morning before I do. I like to sleep a little late since I'm retired. He gets up early and has coffee and biscuit. So I'll make these up and put them back, and they come out fine. Now if you're going to make just 2 biscuits, you will only need, I have my notes so I don't forget. I hate to leave out any ingredients. 2 biscuits would be only 3/4 cup of self-rising flour, 3 teaspoons of real salted butter, a 1/3 cup of milk. That's all you need, just those 3 ingredients. Milk, butter, and flour. Now, if you don't have all-purpose, if you don't have self-rising, you can use all-purpose. If you do, you just add 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt to 1 cup of all-purpose flour. But I'm using self-rising this week, and I'm going to double my recipe like I said. I'm going to use 1½ cup of self-rising, 2/3 cup of milk, and 6 teaspoons of real salted butter. Start putting the flour in my mixing bowl. Now with the butter here, I'm going to slice this butter into little pieces. If you want to though, if you don't want to slice it, you can grate it. I have this neat handy little grater here. It's good for cheese, butter, fruit, lemons, limes, anything. It works great. But I'm just going to use my nice sharp knife and just cut it up in small pieces, without any injury to myself, I hope. I don't need that. I'm just going to slice it in little pieces here. Little wedges, little cubes, whatever works for you is good. Also, back to that cornbread last week. I mentioned putting cheese on top. You can put any flavored cheese, it doesn't matter. My favorite is extra sharp cheddar, but some people might like mozzarella, Gouda, feta, Mexican cheese. Any flavor will work. Okay, there's my butter, all cubed up in little bitty pieces there. That'll work fine. Got my 1½ cup of self-rising flour. I'm going to put all this butter in here. Now the fun part, the really fun, messy part. We're going to squish it all together. I don't know if you can tell, I am breaking up the butter here, squishing it into the flour, bringing it up to little small pieces. That's why sometimes it might be good to use the grater. Then the pieces are already smaller for you to work with. And the butter does have to be cold butter. Cold works a lot better in this. Now on this recipe, you really need to use salted butter, the real butter. Not oleo, not margarine, but the real stuff. And the 2% milk works best with it. Like I said that last week, that's what I usually cook with. The bacon is 2% all whole. Okay, we've almost got this squished up. I'm mixing it all into the flour here. This Takes sometimes 2 or 3 minutes. This would be fun if you was a little kid, like playing in sand or Play-Doh, or trying to make a sand castle. My husband loves these biscuits in the morning with sausage or bacon on it, but taking a shortcut this week, I'm going to have bacon bits in the biscuits already. And they came out really good. I've even had bacon donuts. How many out there have tried bacon donuts? Bacon flavored. Kind of sounds a little weird at first, but they do taste good. Okay, just about got this all together, all incorporated. Got the butter bits, the flaky butters going all through the flour. I can feel it. There's no more lumps of butter. They're smooth little pats. Just kind of squish it between your fingers. Now, I'm going to make a little, got all the butter back in the flour here. Going to make a little hole in the middle, a little valley. And I can see right there, push the flour around, make a little dent in the middle. Now we add the milk. That was, how much did I say? Okay, 2/3 cup of milk. Now the milk's right in the middle here. Now I'm using the small end of just a plastic spoon. You can use a wooden spoon, doesn't matter. But I'm slowly stirring the milk in the middle here. Now I'm letting the flour fall down from the sides. It's falling into the little valley. Now I'm stirring it. And it's soaking up the flour. That's what you want to do. You want to soak up the flour while you stir. You can see that there. Yeah, soak up the flour good. This won't take but a couple minutes. These biscuits are fast to throw together. Like I said, I like to make about a dozen at a time sometimes and freeze them. I have 3 batches of that cornbread out in my freezer now, frozen. He will eat that cornbread with spaghetti, homemade chili, just about anything. My flour here is almost done. Almost. I'm going to keep going around until the milk is all absorbed. The flour is all wet. It's kind of like, not really Play-Doh, but silly putty, kind of gooey a little bit. Who didn't like playing with silly putty when they were a kid? Squish that off. Okay. Now we're ready to roll them out. Good. A little messy here. Okay. I'm going to put just a little flour on my little pad here. Not much, not a lot. If you put too much flour, that can make your biscuit be a little bit harder on top. Right now I'm going to get all this together. Try to get all this out of the bowl good. Now it's all coming together good. Okay. It is sticky a little bit, but that's to be expected. It's getting all congealed here. I need just a teensy bit more flour. Not much. There. That's it. Sometimes it sticks a little bit too much to the bowl. Just add a little dab of flour. Not much, but a little bit. Now it's going to fall out. Okay. We're going to roll this around just a little bit. Want it to be kind of soft and gooey. Don't want to get your dough too hard. Don't want to over knead it. Don't overwork it. Let it stay soft. I'll get that out of the way. Yeah. See how gooey and soft it is? Oh, that's nice and soft. That's perfect. Just like you want it. Now, Like I said, don't overwork it. I need to put just a little flour on this so this doesn't stick to it, but not much. I'm gonna roll it some. Well, that just won't do. Okay. Then with my biscuit cutter. Okay. No problem. If you don't have a biscuit cutter, a glass will do. A glass will do just fine. I've used a glass many a times. Now, I'm going to layer these biscuits. To make them layer, you fold them over before you cut them. But then I said I was making butter bacon biscuits. Okay, where's my brush? Here it is. Before I roll this over, before I layer it, I'm going to brush this first part like this. Melted butter. Now this part can be oil, margarine, butter, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to put a nice thick layer of butter. I got bacon bits here. Just going to tap a few out across it. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to layer it. Just fold that over like that. That's simple. Not bad at all. You squish with your hand just a little bit. Okay. Make it a little bit flatter because I'm going to make another layer. We're going to have 2 or 3 layer biscuits. Before that one, I'm going to brush this layer. A little more bacon bits. Okay, fold that one over. Squish it just a little bit down. Now I'm ready to cut. I'll cut my biscuits out. When you cut your biscuit out, you're going to go straight down with your cutter and bring it straight back up. Do not twist it. I'm going to put a little flour on the edge of my cup here. Whew. Heard that nice pop. Okay. Put on these on my Copper Chef pan. I like baking with Copper Chef a lot. You don't have to spray it, but I do spray this with butter sometimes just to flavor the bottom of the biscuit. Now since I'm using my glass instead of a biscuit cutter, these are not quite as round, but they're going to be thick. My biscuit cutter would have been a little bit rounder than the glass, but these are fine. A little more flour. Oh yeah. In fact, with the smaller glass, I may be able to make a few more biscuits than I planned. Whatever size you make, they taste great. Put that back there on the pan. Okay. Time to roll this out just a little bit more. Get it all back together. Okay. That's going to be good. A little more flour on my glass. There. Another biscuit. Cut one more. I think this will make me about 6 at least. Probably 6. Yeah. Roll this back up a little more. A little flour on my sheet here. Don't want the dough to stick. The fine balance between enough flour and too much flour. Sometimes I have made some that too much flour and they'll be hard on top. And not enough flour, they stick to everything. Okay, another one. Yeah. One more. I think I can get one more out. Okay. Let me see. Are we going to stretch it to one more? Just maybe? I think so. Yep. I think we will get one more out. Okay, sure did. That made me 8 biscuits here. 8 biscuits, just right. Spread them out so they'll, if you spread your biscuits out in the pan, they'll rise out and be bigger round. If you squish them up where they touch each other, then they'll be taller. So it depends if you want rounder biscuits or taller biscuits, thicker. Now, what to do with this little piece of dough left? I never waste it. When I have a little piece of dough like this, I have to be creative. Whoop, give me more flour here. I'm going to roll it out, make it long, roll this really thin, and let's see, thinner, 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 get long and thin. Then I just kind of twist it, like a little French twist or a French braid. I just roll it around and twist it around like that. There. Kind of got a little silver braid. I let that cook. That gets nice and crunchy when it comes out. And it's kind of like a little cookie biscuit. Put that in the middle to cook. Right there in the middle. Pop these in the oven at about 425 at least. Between 400 and 425. And they'll cook in about close to 15 minutes. Just watch them. And depends on how golden brown you like to get them. I like my biscuits to be a light golden brown. My husband likes his to be a dark golden brown. So I usually take mine out 3-4 minutes before his. Now, you can see the end result. Because I cooked a batch about an hour ago before this video. And here they are. See how big they got? You can see the fluffy layers in between. You can see the bacon hanging out. And here's my little twisted piece of dough. This is probably my favorite piece to eat, this little twisted piece of dough. See, these are the light ones for me. I cooked his a little bit darker. He probably wouldn't mind if I cooked them even darker than that. But yes, that's how big they got. They're rised up nice. Well, that's our little video for today. And I'll spend the next week thinking of something to cook for next week. And I do hope y'all join me again. And please give me any comments or suggestions below. Let me know how I like this, the biscuits or the cornbread. Or if you want some ideals, you want to give me some ideas for what to cook later. And I will be back next Monday with y'all. Y'all have a good day.